Hey, trade class, in this problem we're going to go from degrees, minutes, seconds to just a decimal version of degrees. Now what you have to do here is understand how many minutes are in a degree and how many seconds are in a minute. Okay, so the degree is just going to come along for the ride. I'm just going to put this 60 in there and then plus, and then the 18 minutes is 18. There are 60 minutes in a degree. So I'll put a 60 on the bottom, and then plus, and then the last number, the 33 here, that's the numerator. The denominator is there's 60 seconds in a minute, but there's also 60 minutes in a degree. So we have to multiply that by the 60 twice in the denominator, or you can also just square it, right? Or you can also just think of it as 3,600, whatever is the way that you want to approach it. So any of those ways would work. 60 times 60, 60 squared, 3,600. They're all going to give you this version, okay? But you do need to put the plus in between where the degree symbol, the minute symbol are. All right, so 60 point, then wants us to round it to 2 decimal places, so that's going to be 60.31 degrees, okay? Now, you can also go back the other way. So from degrees in decimal form to degrees, minutes, second, by the same procedure, but you don't have to multiply by the 60 twice on that last one. We'll show you what I mean by that in a second. So 79.39 degrees, well, the whole number part is going to be the whole number of degrees we have. Now to get the minutes, we're going to start off with the decimal part from this. So it's basically like we took the 79 off of this. So instead of starting off with 79, we're going to start off with just the 0.39. So I'm going to multiply that by 60. There are 60 minutes in a degree. So this is a fraction of a degree. So we're multiplying by 60 to see how many whole number degrees we have. And so we have 23. So that's going to be the part that goes here, part before the decimal. And then we're going to take that 0.4, and this is how many tenths of a degree, of a minute there are, because this is the 23 is the whole number of minutes. This is a fraction of the minutes. So we're also going to multiply that by 60 to see how many seconds there are. Now there are 60 seconds in a minute. So that's the reason why we're not multiplying by 60 twice like we did when we converted the other way. There are 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in a degree, and we're converting 2 degrees. So we had to multiply twice. But this is a fractional part of a minute. And so we're seeing, well, how many, since it's not a whole minute, how many whole seconds, the next lowest unit there are. So we're going to multiply by 60 once. We'll get the 24, and that's how many seconds there are. All right, so it's not a one-to-one, conversion like the way that you convert from degrees, minutes, seconds to decimal version of degrees is not necessarily the exact way. You just don't reverse the process to go the other way. So let's just do another one just to make sure that we've got it. So the degree, the number in front of the decimal is going to be your whole number part. So we're going to have 45 degrees. All right, when we get to this part, we just leave off the 45. So we're going to start off with the 754 after the decimal, multiply by 60, put that whole number part before the decimal in the box, and then whatever's left, 0.24, we're going to multiply that by 60 as well, and round that to the nearest second. So it's 14.4 seconds, but it tells us to round to the whole second. So that would be 14 whole seconds. All right, so that's the procedure when we go back from decimal version to degrees, minutes, seconds.